Hey guys, my name is Naz. I'm a former Bruin on the women's rugby team, and today I'm going to be showing you a full body strength workout. You won't need a lot of equipment, but if you are looking for an external load, I recommend, if you don't have any equipment, just filling up a grocery bag or a plastic bag with the can of your choice. I've chosen to go with Canada Dry, so I've put about 6 or 7 cans in here. You guys can do less or more depending on what's best for you. I'm going to be using this for some upper body exercises, so choose carefully here. And then the second piece of equipment you're going to need is just a raised platform or some sort of stool here, because we're going to be doing some rear foot elevated split squats, and then if you want you can have a mat to lie down on the floor. So we're going to start with the warm up here. We're going to do 20 high knees. I'm going to go into 10 leg kicks, 5 hydrants, and then some squats. So let's start with the 20 high knees. You guys can just count out loud or in your head. Alright, we're going to moving into some leg kicks. So just holding on to a wall or pole that you have for some stability. Make sure that the kickback is strong here. We're going to do 10 on each side. And then we're also going to be facing the wall and kicking our leg out. So have a little bit of a lean into the wall. And again, 10 reps on each side. All right, now we're going to come down into the floor, or onto the floor for fire hydrants. So again, you guys can have that mat if you want. We're going to be on all fours. We're going to kick our leg out and back around, making sure that the hips don't lift. And we're going to go around this way for 5 reps, and then back the other way for 5 reps, and then switch sides. So nice and controlled, engaging through the core and feeling all the movement happening in the glutes here. We're going to bring it up for some squats to end off the warm-up. So feet are shoulder width apart. You're going to squat all the way down. Squeeze your butt at the top, engaging through the core. Let's go for 10 reps here. All right, should be nice and warmed up by now. So the way the workout's going to work is we're going to have 3 sets of each exercise. There are going to be varying reps that you're going to do for each exercise, but again, go at your own pace. If it's too hard, remember to knock the reps down a little bit or regress the exercise. So the first workout we have, our first exercise, is a rear foot elevated split squat. So for this one, your back leg is going to be on the platform here, front leg right in front of you, so that there's a nice angle at the shin. You're going to come down nice and slow and pop back up again with all the weight being on the front side. If that's too hard, you're just going to regress to a stationary lunge. So you're going to do the same thing. Remember, all the weight should be in the front leg. The back leg is there for support. So let's go for 12 to 15 on each side, depending on where you guys are at. Coming back to the other side now. You guys may have to adjust your equipment around. So again, 12 to 15 reps. You can regress to the stationary squat if you want. All right, so take a breather here, and you're gonna do this exercise again 2 more times before moving on to the next exercise. All right, second exercise we have for today is going to be a single arm bent over row with that makeshift weight that we made, and it's going to be superset with some Russian twist. So you're going to be doing 15 of each exercise, so 15 single arm rows going into 15 Russian twists. Okay, so the way the single arm rows are going to work, you're going to hinge at the hips here. The weight's going to be right in front of you. Engaging the core. You're going to pull your elbow to the sky and back down again. Making sure to pull through the lat here. Remember, do 15 on each side. Okay, same thing. Going to do that on the other side. So bending over, pulling your elbow to the sky. All right. So immediately after this one, without taking a break, you're gonna go right into your Russian twist. You can use a weight for this one, so even just a small weight like a can, or some other weights that you guys have lying around. So you can use, or you can do without any weights. You're gonna come down onto your mat. Your feet can either be resting on the platform or above here. This is obviously gonna be harder, so I recommend starting off with the feet on the platform and then going to foot elevated. Here, you're gonna lean back a bit, touching both hands on either side. I'm gonna do 15 reps. And 15. All right, now after this one, you can take a rest. And again, you're gonna be doing 3 sets of this exercise as well. So take a little bit of a break, go right into the bent over rows and straight into the Russian twist. And then again for a final set. All right, so moving into the third exercise, we're going to be going into a staggered deadlift. So you can be using that same weight again, or you can go just body weight. So for this one, it's going to be a hinge motion or a deadlift motion. First thing you're going to do is set 1 foot back, not too far back, just behind the heel or so. And from here, you're going to hinge down and squeeze your butt straight back up again. So again, you can hold that weight in both hands or in the opposite hand. And you're gonna come down, feel the stretch in your hamstring, and squeeze back up again. So again, we're gonna go for 15 reps on each side. More. switch over to the other side, same thing here. And rest. All right, again, you're gonna be doing 3 sets of those, 15 reps each, and then take a break between the sets. All right, so for the next exercise, we're gonna be doing push-ups paired with a plank pulse. So again, this is gonna be a superset. You're gonna do the push-ups and go straight into the plank pulse and then take a break for your next 2 sets. So we're gonna be doing 12 reps each. So for the push-up, you're gonna come down into a high plank position. Your arms or your hands are gonna be right under the shoulders, a little bit wider, and then your feet are gonna be nice and stacked. So for this exercise, you can either choose to do a full push-up like so, or you can modify by coming down on your knees. And then for the next exercise, the plank pulse, you're gonna be down in a plank position like so, and you're just gonna rock back and forth, counting 12 slow reps. Okay, so let's go with the push-ups. 12 push-ups to start. All right, and then going straight into the plank pulse without taking a break. All right, so that completes those set of exercises. Again, you're gonna do 12 reps each, taking no break between the 2 exercises, but then doing 3 sets with breaks in between. All right, so our next exercise here, you're gonna be needing some sort of little plate or just a little bit of height to elevate your heels. We're just going to be doing heel elevated squats. So these are going to target your quads very nicely. So again, your feet are going to be right up on the platform like so, just to give yourself a little bit of a height. And your feet are going to be shoulder width apart. And you're going to do 15 reps. So again, 3 sets of 15 here. All right. Alright, so for our final set of exercises, we're going to be doing a single arm bicep curl to overhead press. We're going to do 12 of those. on either side, and we're gonna go straight into a dead bug, and again, completing 3 sets. So let's start with a single arm bicep curl to overhead press. So that's 1 rep, going into 2, 3, last one here. Alright, and switching arms, same thing. First thing is a bicep curl, coming straight up to an overhead press. Alright, so after this one, we're going to go straight into the dead bug. So for this one, you're going to be lying on the floor, and your hands and feet are going to be up, and you're going to reach the opposite hand, opposite leg out. So starting off like this, slowly making sure that the lower back is digging into the floor and does not get lifted. You're going to do opposite hand, opposite leg touching the floor very slowly here. So again, 12 reps each side. Alright, so we're going to again complete 3 sets of that exercise. So we're going to do 12, 12, and repeat it 3 times. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the workout, and we're just going to end off with a little bit of a cool down. First thing we're going to do is do a couple of neck stretches. Sitting at home can lead to a lot of poor posture, so even though we didn't do a lot of neck related exercises here, we're going to just stretch it out. During this sort of exercise, you're going to do very deep breathing. So grabbing hold of your head, holding on one side, you're going to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 1, and exhale for 4 seconds as well. So you're going to complete about 3 to 4 breaths on each side. You can close off your eyes if that feels comfortable. Okay, now we're going to have both our hands here. We're going to look down, we're going to tuck our chin in, make a nice double chin here, and same thing, breathing nice and deep. You're going to be very light on the hands, careful not to push your head too forward. Alright, slowly bring it back up. We're going to go towards the opposite side. Same thing, very light on the hands. and final one, we're gonna make a underbite and go above. So you're gonna have your hands on your forehead. You're gonna do an underbite, it might look funny, and then you're just gonna stretch upwards, breathing nice and deep. Slowly bringing it out. You can shake it out a little bit. Next exercise we're going to go into is a pec and back stretch. So same thing, if you guys have a wall or some sort of pole you can use, you're just going to line up to the wall or pole, step forward and rotate out. Do a nice twist here, whatever feels good for you guys. You're going to hold each one of these stretches for about 30 seconds or so, 30 to 40 seconds. Again, utilizing that deep breathing here. Once you've completed about 30 seconds, you're gonna come back, go a little bit higher, and do the same thing. All right, so you're gonna perform the same thing on the other side. And then once you've done both the pecs, you're gonna go into the back. So holding the wall or pole from the opposite direction, you're gonna step forward and you're gonna twist the other way, making sure to twist the outside part of your shoulder here. So doing a nice stretch here. And again, you're gonna grab different parts of the wall just to stretch out different parts of the shoulder and back. So again, holding all those stretches for about 30 to 40 seconds. Next exercise we're gonna go into is a quad stretch. So lying on the floor or on your mat, whatever's comfortable. Guys, you're gonna go into this position here. So one leg is gonna be out, the other leg is gonna be bent in like so. So your heel to your butt. You're gonna drop the opposite shoulder, the opposite elbow down. From here, you can pop your glutes, so you can squeeze your butt here for that extra stretch, but most times this is enough. Okay, so about 30 to 40 seconds there. Coming back into the other side. And then again, drop the elbow here, gonna lean, and then pop the glute for that extra stretch. All right, we're gonna go straight into a hamstring stretch here. So for this one, you can bring one leg in and the other leg far out as possible or whatever is comfortable. You guys are gonna nice and tall, reach towards that foot. And then with the other hand, making sure that the knee stays on the floor, you're gonna breathe in and you're gonna lean towards that side. So this is targeting your hamstrings as well as your whole side region at the same time here. Be careful not to overstretch. And slowly bringing it back. And you're gonna do the same thing on the other side, bringing the other leg in, having the foot come up, same thing, standing tall, reach for the foot. One side might be tighter than the other, and nice and deep breathing to bring that arm up. All right, and finally we're gonna stretch the glutes out here. So we're gonna have one leg out, other leg crosses over. You're gonna hug your knee nice and tight and slightly lean back. If this is enough, leave it here. or you guys can take it to the next advanced stretch. You're gonna cross over the leg here, and you're gonna lie down, weaving your hands through and pulling that leg forward, stretching like so. Same thing on the other side, either staying in this position here or bringing it back, weaving your hands through and pulling. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the workout. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, and have a great day.